On page 106 is Sybil Ludington's Ride, and as some of y'all took a look ahead, it is a drama. We have ourselves a play. It's basically a play all day for me. I go from Macbeth now to this one, so that's pretty good. A play will start with a cast of characters that you see on top there of 106. Now, when you get into Shakespeare with me in middle school, you'll do about 2 Shakespeares a year. I have had classes request a third, okay? And we call it a dramatis personae. That's your character list. That's your cast list. So our cast of characters here can actually be really helpful when you go to study it, say if you had a character matching. So if you take a look, we've got a girl. They tend to, they do it in their own order. Everyone for Shakespeare always thinks, oh, I want to get the first person listed. Well, the first person listed for him is not always the main character. Now, in this one it is. It kind of does go in order of importance here. Sybil Ludington is a 16-year-old girl. We're going to have Colonel. We had a hard time pronouncing this word. It's a French word. Colonel. Henry Ludington. That's Sybil's father. We have Abigail Ludington. That's Sybil's mother. There's a messenger. The messenger is a boy of 18. He is going to be on horseback. Eventually, we will, in scene 2, get to a John Van Horn. He's a farmer. Hold on. And a militia member, because this is the Revolutionary War. We are getting to the point where we are going to start organizing ourselves as a nation, but we're not a nation yet. So instead of having an army, we would have called it a militia. And we've had that, I hope, enough in our social studies book, so that's not a brand new word for us. But basically, they're a group of soldiers who are not a part of the nation's army, because the nation's army at this time is British. Yeah? It's going to be colonists versus the British. And then we get a major. A major is actually an officer that's ranked right below the colonel. So our colonel is the boss, Sybil and Abigail's dad. Take a look at the setting. This is a few years later. We just went from 1770 of March with Crispus Attucks. We're actually going a little bit after our Declaration of Independence, July 4th, 1776, which is our fancy pants letter that basically Aiden Go, because we got a long line, picked a fight. We're on April 25th, 1777. We're in colonial Fredericksburg, near modern-day Kent, New York. It's 9 o'clock on a rainy night. They're being really specific about the setting. I've got my where, I've got my when, I've got my under what conditions. Sybil Ludington is 16 years old and lives on her family's farm. America's war for independence from Britain is raging. And Sybil's father is a colonel in the colonial, I'm glad those two words are together in a line. He's a colonel in the colonial army. He's responsible for the local militia that can help fight the British. Sybil lies in bed listening to the rain. A word about how we read for drama, for plays. In Shakespeare, it's inside of brackets. They're called stage directions. For you guys here, we do not read what's inside of parentheses. But what is inside of parentheses is super helpful. It's called stage directions. It can give you information about setting, maybe what your stage is supposed to look like. It can also give directions to our actors for how they're supposed to say it to whom, things like that. So we do not have to say these things that are inside of parentheses. Those are our stage directions. They're just there to help my actors out. You good? All right, Sybil, let's start with you as you're lying there listening to the rain. And look, her stage direction is, she was saying it quietly. She's whispering to herself. Now, here's an important stage direction. Suddenly, she hears a sound, and she sits up in bed with a start. All right, Sibby.
What's that I hear? The sound of a horse approaching our farm? It must be someone with news for her father about the war.
Clearly, Sybil likes to talk to herself. Sybil listens as her father and mother answer the pounding at their front door. Yeah, I don't care if it's pre-Revolutionary War, during the Revolutionary War, or last night. You come pounding at my door in the middle of the night. That's
Let's
right.
go.
You know what I'm saying? Okay. Who was my messenger? Let's go.
Colonel, the Tories have attacked our stores at Danbury.
Okay, and when we say stores, we don't mean all the stores at Trenton Plaza. Yeah? No, it's not Starbucks. It's not Fresh Market. My poor Stein Mart that's gone. It's not those stores. We're talking about ammunition. We're talking about weapons, your stores. Yeah, your cache of all of your weapons. That's C-A-C-H-E, one of Miss Liz's favorite words. Not cash, like you might got in your pocket. Yes, sir. Now, we've got these Tories. That's another name for the British. Yeah, the people who are pro-Britain. They are attacking where we're keeping our ammunition, our weapons. This is bad, bad, bad. All right, Colonel, forgot who you are.
No, I'm the one. No, it's me.
Yeah.
Hold on me.
No, he yelled, so we didn't get the part. Go.
What? Why? That's a catastrophic
Catastrophe.
catastrophe. Military stores at Danbury House. All the supplies, including munitions,
Uh-huh.
food, tents, and clothes.
Yeah, and particularly those munitions are talking about the weapons and everything you need for that inside of these stores, like warehouses is what you're thinking. Possibly just barns that have been converted into where we're going to warehouse our supplies. But it's also everything that keeps our militia going. Yeah, food for the militia. Yeah, some clothing. And you get a gun, you get a coat, you get some socks, here's some food. Let's go. Okay? And these people, these Tories, are attacking it. All right, my messenger. Yeah.
Sir, you've been ordered to notify your militia at once.
Yes, of course, Dad. Let me draw you on a map and suddenly, and write out a list of all the farms you must do that.
And now suddenly, this is important. She's on the flow. The messenger collapses. My boy of 18 years old, who knows how long he's been riding? Who knows from the last time he ate, the last time he slept? The colonel, the big guy in charge, is like, I need for you to go to every house of my militia members, wake them up, and tell them to go somewhere. And my boy just dropped. So now, what we gonna do? Abigail, who's my Abigail? Tay.
Henry looked at him. The boy's exhausted and soaking wet.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, he is.
He has my sympathies. Abigail, but he must get back on his horse at once. Our millennia is 400 strong, and it will take all night to reach him. If we do not act quickly, there will be nothing of Danbury left to protect. Now, help me. I get the boy out.
It's like, I feel sorry for him, but kind of don't care. Because you need to send him to I will say about 400 different homes tonight. Because I say about 400 is because maybe in one house it's the dad and a couple of the older boys, you know what I mean, that are part of the militia. But we got to get Boy Wonder up off the floor and get him working. But it doesn't look like that's happening. So maybe we need somebody else to do it, Sybil.
Father,
Kidding me?
Not really.
Father, I will ride and rouse the militia.
And rouse means to wake them up. Yeah, get them going. It's not the gentle, Rahel, good morning, wake up. I love you. Let's start our wonderful day. It's Rahel, wake up. You know, I personally, with older boys, the mother of 3 boys, really 4 in all, I like a tiny, not a super soaker, but a dollar store squirt gun.
Same.
If it, the third time on that itty bitty dollar store squirt gun. And I'm talking about a 4-pack for $1. I'm not talking about a good dollar one. Little bit of squirty, squirt, 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 squirt. It's amazing how that wakes up a teenage boy. And that's what you're saying. You're going to rouse them. You are willing to ride a 16, not 15, right? A 16-year-old girl. You're willing to get on your horse and ride throughout the night to about 400 homes and pound on their doors and tell them what's up. Sir? Yes, I think we can. Colonel, your daughter is like, I'll do it, Dad.
Yeah.
Sybil, what do you getting out of bed? What do you mean? You won't rouse the Melania?
I know most of the men and their families, and I certainly know the area. Give me the map and the list and I will go.
Absolutely not. If you are only 16 years old, no Sybil, or not as my daughter, or risking her life.
Hold on, Abby. You know what I like? You know what I like is that your dad started off with, no, you're not going to do it because you're only 16 years old. He did not say, no, you're not going to do it because you're a girl. He said, I will not have you do it. You are only 16 years old. Now, I got to tell you, I don't want my 16-year-old running around all night going to 400 different homes either. Okay? I'm not really comfortable with my 19-year-old doing it. But he didn't start off by saying, no, because you're a girl. And I like that.
If you would have already.
Yeah. Now, did he say, no, you're only 16 years old and I don't want to basically put my daughter in danger? That completely makes daddy sense. But what I'm saying is, he didn't say, no, because you're a girl. There's no way you can do it. Ooh, you're a girl. He did not go there, and I respect that. Sir.
Can I remind you that my spot is after Lathan? It's been a while.
Sir, what?
You want to spot after Lathan?
Yes. Well, I think the girls are beating y'all to the punch to the bathroom. Abigail, can you go?
Oh, hi.
Okay.
Henry, wait. I'm afraid I agree with Sybil.
Mm-hmm. And a gas means what?
Henry.
What?
Henry.
Give me a yes, dear Abby. Your husband is looking at you like, girl, what? It's your line, girl.
Taylor, it's your line.
Taylor's got the giggles.
Read your line. Oh. Yes, dear Sybil is right. She's the only one who can do it. You must ride to Danbury.
Okay, hold on. I think as a mama of 4, I think that this is pretty important. Look at the stage directions, ladies. The colonel, who just got told, as we say down here, by his wife, quietly and after a long pause, as if, okay, my woman's just spoken, I need to stop and think about this. Go, my man. Oh.
Alright, I'll draw you a map and give you a list. So you must promise to be careful.
Yes, Father, I promise.
So you might be a colonel of the Revolutionary War colonial militia, but your wife is the general of your home. Respects. Okay? Yeah. All right, go to 106 very quickly. Gonna get used to some different wording here, the dramatic structure, and I've already really introduced you to some of it. Your dramatis personae for your characters and the such. Stop. Your stage directions, which for you guys, stage directions are interesting. You just don't, as an actor, say them out loud. Those for you are in parentheses, but look at A. The dramatic structure on page 106 refers to how the events of the play are connected. Underline the important details of setting and the name of the main character identified in your very first set of stage directions there that begins scene 1. Okay? Then after you do that, it says to place a star by the stage direction in passage 1 that describes an action that sets the events of the play into motion. Take a minute and take a look at your setting. Yes, ma'am. Callie? Well, no, tomorrow, if you can remind me. For your setting, wasn't it pretty easy? Did you get almost the first 3 lines? Where it's April 25th, 1777, Colonial Fredericksburg, yada, yada, yada. Then it ends with Sybil Luddington, our main character, okay? And I know, let's just finish this off before we go. If you go down, not to the next couple of stage directions, but look at the stage direction that stands on its own. Not suddenly she hears a sound, not that one. But Sybil listens as her father and mother answer the pounding at their front door. Y'all, that's the star. Without that pounding at the front door, we don't know about that messenger. We don't know about the stores in Danbury. And we don't know that our messenger is still on the floor over there. Okay? And Sybil Luddington is fixing to take a ride. All right, sorry, I gotta go. I just saw Miss Cathal looking at my watch.
When we continue this, will we keep the same